Well, game time week 6 is here, and just because there are a few local teams with a bye week like our 6A schools, we're still moving full steam ahead with our reporters literally all over the basin. Like, seriously, you're going to want to check this out. Everybody is everywhere. We even made a little bit of a map for reference. I'm here at the News West 9 headquarters, and then we have our Game of the Week reporter, Aaron. He's somewhere. Yeah, he's up there. And then we have Tyler. Look, it's moving quickly. Tyler is over in Reagan County. And then we're going to have Jason all the way out, toughing it out in Alpine. So we have a number of photographers all over as we get a little bit of our bigger view here, helping us out with highlights from all over the basin. Well, Aaron's at our Game of the Week over in Seminole for a matchup between the Indians and the Steers. For more, let's just kick it over to him right now.
Hey, that's right, Jenna. Our Game of the Week for Week 6 pitted 2 4-1 teams against each other. The Big Spring Steers visiting the Seminole Indians. And if you like points, this was definitely the game for you, as we had two excellent quarterbacks in this one. We had an old-fashioned Western Saloon shootout tonight at Wigwam Stadium. And let's quickly get to those first half highlights. The Indians were playing in front of a very loud hometown crowd on homecoming night, and being back on the home field helped them jump out to an early lead. Check out this play by Seminole quarterback Blake Flowers. He shows off the escapability and the presence in the pocket here with this Houdini act, as he would not be brought down for a sack. Instead, he stays alive long enough to throw a touchdown that put the Indians in front. Big Spring would fight back, though, as quarterback Gavin Padron shows off the wheels to get into the end zone and tie the score. But it was the Indians' offense that was the story of the first half, as they would not be denied. Here, Flowers finds his receiver Hector Contreras, and the Tribe was rolling out to a 3-score lead. Padron and the Steers would have a long touchdown drive of their own to get closer, but Seminole still took a sizable lead into the locker room. All right, I'm here with Rylan McCormick. You had a number of contested catches tonight. Is that something that you guys work on? Just, hey, if I have one-on-one, throw up the ball and I'm going to go get it. Is that something that you enjoy doing out there?
It is. Coach really does put that on us, and we do practice that quite a bit. But I mean, again, Blake Flowers, a great ball. I mean, he puts a great ball on us, and then it's just our job to go up there and get it.
Well, that's right. The Seminole Indians just too much on offense. The Steers made it a little bit closer in the second half before that Indian offense got back rolling and just pulled away in the fourth quarter of this one. Greg Pointer's team sending a message to everybody in 4A tonight. The Seminole Indians are here to stay, and they are going to be very tough to deal with in district play, which begins next week. And that's going to do it from our Game of the Week here in Seminole. Jenna, back to you.
Well, thanks, Aaron. We just heard from Coach yesterday from the beginning of the season about how he wants to be a mainstay in that district, and it looks like the teams that were hot had a hot start. One had to end up falling, and it looks like Seminole's here to stay. Over in Reagan County, there was a clash between two teams going in similar directions, and that direction being up. And Tyler Dupnick is out there to give us an update on how this matchup between Kermit and Reagan County went down.
Yeah, Jenna, it is a wild one here. The Kermit Yellow Jackets taking on the Reagan County Owls on homecoming night here at Owl Stadium. It was a defensive first quarter overall. It was an explosive second quarter. Kermit scored 3 touchdowns, and let's go ahead and look at those first half highlights. The Kermit Yellow Jackets coming off a huge upset win over Forest Santa on a 2-game winning streak, bringing out the Sledgehammer to face Reagan County on homecoming night, also on a 2-game winning streak. 3-0 Owls after the first quarter. After a 4th and 19 conversion, it's Nate Ginsler up the middle, 4 yards for the touchdown. He flexes on everybody to get Kermit the lead 6-3. And then on the following drive after a safety, it's Ginsler again. He was the story in the first half, toted the rock very effectively for the Yellow Jackets. 33 yards for the touchdown to make it 14-3 Kermit in the second quarter. Now Reagan County in need of an answer. It's quarterback Kason Brown floating onto a wide open Jarrett Brown in the end zone for the score to make it 14-10. Brown Jarrett had his helmet ripped off on the play before this, and the celebration is on as the Owls are right back in it. However, with 7 seconds left in the first half on 4th and 4, it's quarterback Jeremiah Salazar to Jaden Bejarano for 39 yards for the touchdown to make it 20-10 Kermit. And what a way to end the first half of the Yellow Jackets. Yeah, so like I said, it's a crazy one right now. A dominant second half for Reagan County's defense. They shut out Kermit in the second half, and then they score a touchdown. Angel Martinez, 2 field goals, 2 extra points. He also has a touchdown, I believe. We are currently tied at 20 in overtime after a blocked field goal by Kermit with less than 30 seconds left. It's absolutely insane. A huge crowd is having a ball right now. We're in overtime, tied at 20. We'll keep you guys updated for sure on this one.
Well, thanks, Tyler. It seemed like that's how that one would go. Again, 2 teams on similar trajectories are going to have to collide, and one team is going to have to win. I was trying to watch behind Tyler to see if anything would happen. It looks like that one's still knotted up. And we really do have reporters everywhere for you tonight, and this one may be the farthest for the contest between Alpine and Tornillo. And our reporter Jason Freund has a front row seat and is going to tell us all about this game. Jason?
Well, Jenna, I would tell you that this game was a lopsided victory, but I'm pretty sure that would be doing a disservice to the word lopsided because Alpine came out in this game and they completely dominated against Tornillo. We had 46 points dropped for Alpine against Tornillo in the first half, 26 points in the first quarter alone, as that running game was going absolutely insane. They went buck wild today. Speaking of that running game, let's check out those highlights in that first half. Alpine Fighting Bucks looking to get their second win of the season and are set to square off against the winless Tornillo Coyotes. Opening drive for the Bucks, Ilan Hernandez gets the snap, hits the hole, and is stuffed at the goal line, but he'll fall over the end zone for the touchdown. After a punt return was taken for a touchdown, Alpine looking for more. Quarterback Trey Irvin calls his own number and has blockers in front, stiff arms a Coyote, and takes it all the way for 6 points. Still in the first, Alpine keeping their foot on the gas pedal. Hernandez slices through the gap, shoves a man to the ground, and is going to run all the way to the promised land. Alpine bursting it open with a 26-0 lead after the first quarter. All right, Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. What did it take for you guys to come out here and have such a great game on the running game today?
You know, that's just what we're going to take pride in, is running the football. The O-line, man, they're getting better each week, and I expect them to do the same next week.
Well, in the second half, Alpine would call off the Dogs of War as the running clock was established and the backups were put into the game. It still did not stop Alpine from scoring 2 more touchdowns to make this game 61-0 at the very end. But Alpine with a statement victory against the Tornillo Coyotes today. Jenna, we're going back to you.
Hey, thanks, Jason. Well, the show isn't over just yet. We're actually just getting started. We have more high school football to cover. Coming up next, watch out for McKamey versus Sterling City, and all the way at Grand Falls for Grand Falls royalty against Grady. We got a bunch to take down after the break.
We're the McKamey Badgers, and you're watching Gametime on News West 9.
Well, welcome back into Game Time. We still have plenty to cover, so let's jump right back in. It's now time for McKamey and Sterling City, both teams with 3 wins, but as they say, something's got to give. So let's jump ahead. McKamey ball inside the red zone. Who do you turn to? Of course, it's Matthew Rosas. He puts it in there for 6, and the Eagles would end up fighting back with good field position, and on this drive it's a quarterback keep, and he weaves all the way down the field. It was right around midfield when he started. He's going through the defense and would tie this game up at 14. He really turned the burners on that one, but when the Badgers needed a score most, guess who it was? Rosas again for a near identical TD for 6 and the 20-14 lead. Let's hear from some coaches.
So you guys pulled it off tonight. Pretty impressive win. Can you talk to me? How does that feel going into district play, getting this win?
It feels great. We came in tonight looking to be 1-0. We knew Sterling City was going to be tough, and they are. They're a good ball club, and I'm pretty excited.
Well, we'll continue to have you covered with a whole lot on the field, and we still got a couple more games to get on tonight, and everyone's favorite plays also coming up soon.
We are the Garden City Bearcats, and you're watching Game Time on News West 9. Let's go, Bearcats!
Well, we're coming down the home stretch with just a couple of more games that happened tonight in the Basin. Let's get right to it. It was a fight between two teams looking to notch their second victory in grand final. The Cowboys hosting their first game of the season, and it would be Grady with the first opportunity to strike, and they do. It was Marcus Brown with the bomb to Hunter Blaylock to cash it in for 6. Now it's time for Grand Falls Royalty to answer, and it does with the ground game. Jaden Martinez with the 30-yard dash and some slipping and sliding to tighten this score up 8-6. No defenders were taking him down on that big run. And it was a back and forth one early because this time the Wildcats want to show off their ability to run the football too. It's Hunter McNally who runs the ball in for 30 yards and finds the end zone for the 14-6 lead. And well, this game started to separate with the Grand Falls turnovers, and it was another score for McNally, who rushes it into the touchdown. And it was really all ground game as the Hunter show continued. This time it was Blaylock finding the end zone, this time on the ground rather than through the air for the 30-6 lead at the end of the first. And now we have some top plays coming up next. We've got the best of the best and a special treat for the end of the show, so you're gonna want to stick around.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. We just have like a 2-minute package.
6.
So.
Okay.
That'd be really terrible if we just like cut it. Well, we've seen a ton of highlights, and now it is time to decide which teams and players stood out among the rest. That's right, as always, it's Top Plays. Be sure to vote on my Twitter page. You'll see it there at EliteGayJenna for your favorite. Tomorrow, starting at 8:30 a.m. You can even DM me some of those plays that you think should be in there as well. Let's start the action. And we're going to start with a little bit of quarterback play. It's a quarterback scrambler. It's Seminole signal caller Blake Flowers who would not go down and tosses this dime to Kyler Kramer. And some more impressive quarterback play, this time in Alpine. Trey Irwin went on to run and threw some stiff arms in the meantime for the score, leaving defenders in his path. Now, this is where things get a little bit wild on our list. We have back-to-back kickoff returns for a touchdown. Let's start with Bearcat Carson Goodwin locating the ball and taking it to the house. It was all about finding the lane, and that's exactly what Goodwin did right there. And now for the second over in Fort Davis, it's Alberto Ramos, who must have heard that special teams play were in high demand and would go around, and they were going around because bang, a huge return for the end zone for him as well. With most of the schools on a bye, our Marcus Risen covered the big 6A schools in the Midland, Odessa area in a little quick 2-minute drill. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the 2-minute drill, where we're going over the 6A schools in the Permian Basin. Strap in because we don't have much time and we don't have any timeouts. Starting off with Odessa High, who boasts a 3-2 record coming off a win against Clemens. Their key players include their quarterback Jalen Jones, who's thrown 14 touchdown passes so far this season, and Ivan Carrion, who's averaging about 150 yards per game and has 11 total touchdowns.
You know, our staff did a really good job of putting kids to be successful in certain situations. You know, I was real proud of that. You know, defensively, I was proud to have a takeaway finally. You know, we had 3 of them, so that made me proud.
Their opponent next week is their rival Permian High. They're 5-0 following a 56-28 throttling of Cooper. Their key players are quarterback Rodney Hall Jr., who has 10 touchdown passes, and running back Justice Lara, who has 6 rushing touchdowns.
You know, I'm really pleased with our team as far as we talk about all the time about playing a complete game. And I thought, you know, I was proud of our guys pulling away there at the end, proud of our defense. You know, I thought our conditioning was good. We got stronger as the game went on.
Next up are the Midland teams, starting with Midland High. Coming off a 74-14 destruction of San Angelo Central, they're 4-1 and looking good. With an incredible run game led by running back Briley Perez, averaging 117 yards per game and 7 touchdowns, and Mecky McCoy, great name, with 10 rushing touchdowns. They play hard every game.
You know, the first thing that we've been talking about really the last couple of weeks is our effort and how hard we play. That the Bulldogs need to be the hardest playing team on the field, and so I thought we accomplished that.
Last but not least is Midland Legacy, led by All-Stars Marcos Davila and Deontay Saunier. They're only 2-3, coming off a 60-50 loss against Judson. But Coach thinks these difficult schools are important going forward.
Because that's who you're going to face in the second, third round in Region 1. Region 1's brutal, you know. There's been a lot of Region 1 teams in the last couple of years, if not all of them in the last 5-6 years, that have went to the state championship. So to conquer that, you better play some good football teams.
That's a 2-minute drill. Hopefully we got to the end zone before the clock ran out.
Thanks, Marcus. Overtime coming up on our website next.